Welcome back to another edition of Who You Got. I'm Aidan Ballard, joined alongside Conwell Morris. This week we're previewing Virginia's Commonwealth clash against the Virginia Tech Hokies. The Cavaliers have not won in Blacksburg since 1998. And on top of that, this game is a must-win if Virginia wants to become bowl eligible. We'll be giving you our takeaways from the game against SMU, as well as a preview for Virginia Tech. We're going to start with the game against SMU. Virginia lost 33-7 on Saturday. Commonwealth, what's your biggest takeaway from the game?
Yeah, my biggest takeaway is that UVA needs to find a way to score points. It's been 5 straight games with under 160 yards passing from Anthony Calandria. And although I think he's made improvements in this season, showing that he can extend plays, find guys downfield, it just doesn't seem like it's getting us in the positions that we need at the moment. And it does beg the question, should Tony Muskett get a couple chances or even maybe get a start against Virginia Tech? It's a must-win. You don't want to change up too much, but at the same time, the current formula is not working.
I couldn't agree more. I'm going to try to take more of a positive approach in the game is the Virginia defense. They held SMU to only 7 points to about 5 minutes left in the first half, which may not be the greatest positive considering the final scoreline, but it shows this defense can do something. It just needs significant help from this offense to really show their true colors. Moving on to this week's game in Blacksburg, Virginia versus Virginia Tech. If the Hoos lose this game, Tony Elliott could be on the hot seat and he could even see his way out. If Virginia wins, it's an extremely successful season in Charlottesville. So, Kama, what's your key to the game?
Like you said, this is the most important game of the season. People in Charlottesville judge you based off how you perform in Blacksburg against Virginia Tech. So I don't think this is a game where we can take too many chances. I think if we do start Calandria, that we'll have to be willing to pull him if he's not making the right plays. So my key is to respond to the environment that is produced in Blacksburg, and whoever the hot hand is, go with them because we need points. And as much as Calandria has given this team this season, it's not the game to fall on your sword with a player that's been loyal. We need to find a guy who can get us plays down the field, get us points in the red zone, and if that ends up being Tony Muskett, I think Tony Elliott needs to be willing to take that chance and put him in the game.
Couldn't agree more on that. And my key to the game is going to be the hometown heroes, Jonas Sanker and Malachi Fields, the 2 best players for Virginia. If Virginia is going to win this game, it's going to come down to those 2 players making big-time plays. Moving on to everyone's favorite part of the video, our predictions. We'll be telling you who we got for this week's game. Conwell, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it a lot. Biggest game of the season, and it's hard to not feel like we're the underdogs. We're both 5-6, looking for bowl eligibility, but you mentioned it. It's been almost 2 decades since we've won in Blacksburg against Virginia Tech. It just feels like that team has our number. So despite that, I think that this team can find a way to put points on the board. I feel really good about our defense. I think we're going to make stops. I think we're going to give our offense a chance to score. And if it's going to be any game, it's got to be this one. So I'm going to say 31-21 UVA, but not with a little doubt about what happens when you head into Blacksburg at this time of the year. So
I'm also on a similar wavelength as you. Virginia Tech has lost their last 3 games. Kyron Jones should be playing on Saturday, although he's missed the last couple of games due to a foot injury. Their entire offense runs through their ground game, so if Jones is still hurt, it could benefit the Hoos. If the Hoos win, it would be considered miraculous. So to quote the legendary Herb Brooks,
1 game. If we played them 10 times, they might win 9. But not this game.
With that said, give me the Hoos 20-14 to pull off a massive upset in Blacksburg. I'm Aidan Ballard, joined alongside Conwell Morris, WUVA.